Hello, America. What the hell? Cheryl! You forget to pay the light bill? God damn it, woman! I'm trying to shoot a video! Don't you sass me, woman! Sorry about that, guys. It'll just be a second. Ah, that's better. Hello, America. It's your old buddy Cletus, reporting to you live from my bunker in an undisclosed location. Now, if you live outside the US of A, because of your country's socialist policies, you're probably stuck in a long line to download some internet so you can watch this video. Well, there's nothing more American than waiting in long lines for something you really want. You're probably asking yourselves, Cletus, why are you wearing a mask? Isn't that just giving in to government, infringing on our freedoms? What's next? Pineapple on pizza? Well, old pal and fellow patriot Cletus did some checking and was blown away that here in America, of all places, the parts of my computer were made in goddamn China. I ain't catching no Wuhan flu. America needs me now more than ever. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Xcom 2, War of the Chosen. In an interesting twist, you'll play from the perspective of the bad guys, commanding a team of feminist lesbo-Nazis led by Hillary herself. The government is conducting an operation codenamed the Avatar Project in an attempt to gather enough evidence to indict Hillary on federal charges. Your primary goal is to locate and destroy facilities housing server farms containing Hillary's illicit emails. Sparing no expense on the realism front, you'll find exacting depictions of all your favorite leftist scumbags represented in-game. Here, we have Michelle Obama, known Nigerian email scammer. Up next is Hillary's trigger man himself, Barack Hussein Obama, sporting a sniper rifle and puffing on his Lucy. What kind of example is he setting for the children? And finally, the architect of anarchy, mistress of murder, provocateur of pandemonium, agent of the apocalypse herself, Hillary. Now look, I'm not saying Hillary eats babies, but do you see any babies in this photo? Starting out, your team and resources are limited. Your command ship, called the Avenger, was commandeered from the rightful authorities and repurposed for your ragtag band of LGBTQ enthusiasts to use as a base of operations. You'll begin by choosing engineering projects to expand your base, Commander, adding new facilities, building new items for your soldiers to use in the field. In addition, you'll have a team of crackpot scientists who believe climate change is real to conduct research, opening up new facilities, armor, and weaponry for your soldiers, while also advancing the plot.
At least the ones I had access to personally.
The world map is where you'll advance time in the game, flying your Avenger to points of interest to locate new recruits, uncover supplies, link up with other resistance cells, and respond to special missions. One of the earliest missions will see your squad tasked with blowing up a monument, echoing the vandalism and destruction of historical statues we see today in America. I mean, just look at your squad. Entering combat shirtless, they look like they just left a Village People concert. Disgraceful and un-American. They really captured that liberal look. Some missions will see you venture into democratic shitholes. Neglected by decades of failed economic and social policies, it's like you can almost taste the tainted water of Flint, Michigan. These centers of urban decay are filled with jobless malcontents referred to as the Lost. When they aren't sitting in their parents' basement playing Xbox, or sinning by engaging in premarital coitus, they're out in the streets looting and rioting, vandalizing storefronts, and destroying private property.
No more time for regret.
The game's
We are
writers
not
were spot
alone.
on in their descriptions of these abominations, who live off the teat of the government, not paying taxes and looking for free handouts.
Survives now. Where there is one, more will follow. You must not hesitate to destroy them. These creatures' true strength lies in their numbers. As you can see, they fall easily. If we are careful with our shots, we will prevail.
These creatures' DNA has mutated well beyond what we would classify as human. Perhaps the result of long-term exposure to the alien radiation from those pods. Though why anyone would subject themselves to that, I cannot imagine.
When the governments fell, millions starved. Many fled to cities such as this to scavenge for food. They did not heed the warnings. My people have encountered these beings before. At first, they may appear mindless, but they hear quite well. In great numbers, they can be very deadly.
An entire city of our own people left to turn into these things.
Yes. All we can offer them now is a merciful death. These creatures are worse even than Advent. They have no cause, no fear. They simply exist. If we do not defeat the aliens soon, we will become little more than they are.
Individually, they are weak, but when they form into swarms, they can be very dangerous, even to the strongest of patriots. Of course, your team of anarchists will take the opportunity to encourage their discontent, riling up the crowd into a frenzy, and then turning around and killing them, only to blame it on peacekeeping forces, to further incite rebellion. Throughout the game, you'll pander to 3 different factions in order to increase your reputation with them and their support. The Reapers, hoodie-wearing Antifa members, always skulking around in the shadows. The Skirmishers, bunch of genderless freaks obsessed with body modifications. And the Templars, godless pagans who refuse to accept Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior, instead passing themselves off as psychics.
But you wouldn't be here without their help.
In a nod to their Christian fan base, the developers have included the Chosen. Representing the Holy Trinity, they are immortal and will grow in power throughout the game, appearing in random missions to harass your team. Because liberals can't handle conflict in real time, the combat in this game is turn-based. Enemy groups on the tactical map are generally comprised of 3 opponents, so it's a good thing your squad will include 4 to 6 troops at a time, because everyone knows lefties are natural cowards, afraid of a one-on-one fight.
We must eliminate this patrol quickly before others arrive. Fine by me. Take them down.
Be careful though, as it is possible to activate multiple enemy pods at the same time, almost guaranteeing your team of snowflakes will rout from the field.
They found it.
You're probably wondering, why do the Peacekeepers talk so funny? Why don't they just speak Murican? The Peacekeepers are actually speaking Murican, but you have to remember, you're playing as a bunch of left-wing social anarchists who don't speak law and order. So to your characters, the Peacekeepers sound almost alien.
This is no patrol. It's an army.
The detail in this game is top-notch. The environments respond to battle, windows smash, cars explode, and walls crumble. Close-up slow-mos of the action will allow you to bask in the glorious details. But you can't control when that happens, and the camera zoom that you do control is limited.
Once and for all, Commander. Let's get it done. Word just came down. The aliens have amassed a huge force to strike one of the resistance outposts nearby, and those people desperately need any help we can provide them. We're going in to eliminate the enemy threat and secure the area.
Raids on your resistance havens will see your team assisting computer-controlled allies in defending their camps from the government.
One of those Chosen is leading an assault on the resistance encampment in this area. Our people are doing what they can to fight back, but we need to help protect the civilians trapped nearby.
Your cowardly anarchists will use civilians as human shields while they wage their war of terror. In addition, you'll slaughter majestic, near-extinct animal species with reckless abandon, later cutting them up in autopsies and then just throwing away the meat. The lack of coverage from the liberal media and the missing outrage from PETA is not surprising, as they'll back whatever the corrupt demon rats want, no matter how hypocritical it is. In one special mission, government forces have a witness willing to testify against Hillary and are trying to transport them to a safe location. Of course, Hillary and her goon squad ain't having it.
Sky Ranger deployed.
You're given the option of capturing or killing the target. And if you know Hillary like I know Hillary, she ain't leaving no witnesses alive. Anyone with the dirt on her always meets a suspicious end.
Who wants some?
Status confirmed. Target eliminated.
So now it's time to rate XCOM 2, War of the Chosen. The graphics are clean, with great visual clarity and detail. From the base building you conduct on the Avenger, to traveling the world map, and especially tactical missions where you venture into slick city centers, underground sewers, and decrepit rundown urban areas ruined by decades of democratic leadership. The attention to detail is amazing. The only knock I give it is not being able to zoom in as far as I'd like. So visually, we're going to give this 4.5 Ronald Reagans out of 5. It's a novel twist, playing from the perspective of the bad guys. You do need to suspend your disbelief, as nobody believes a ragtag group of liberal snowflakes could take down the government, much less hit the broadside of a barn in a firefight. I mean, if your soldiers were armed with crack pipes and rubber dildos, it'd probably be a more realistic depiction of what to expect from a leftist uprising. So we're going to score the story as a Michelle Obama and half of Karl Marx's The Communist Manifesto out of 5. The music and sound effects in this game are top-notch, setting the tone for exciting, intense battles and truly immersing you in combat with the clack of soldiers reloading their guns and the pounding of firefights echoing throughout the streets. This snags 4 American flags and a half a Liberty Bell out of 5. Easily accessible, the controls feature clean buttons to press on screen and keystrokes to assist in camera rotation. Unfortunately, camera rotation and area of effect targeting, such as grenades and special items, do knock the score a bit, and sometimes they can be a bit jumpy, making precise aiming a chore to ensure you include all the targets you want with your projectiles. We'll score the user interface and controls with 3 George Bush Jr.'s and half a Nickelback. XCOM is well known for its games being difficult, even on the easiest of settings, and there's no change here. The game is relentless in trying to kill you. Early on, you will be hard-pressed, facing a superior foe with weapons you can't match. You'll need to be on your tactical toes to have any hope of surviving. As you unlock better weaponry and armor, and level up some of your troopers and increase your squad sizes, you'll have a much better time of it. But the game will ramp up challenges, introducing new and more powerful foes, and keeping the pressure on with the Avatar project being an immediate game over if you can't halt its progress. So in the difficulty department, we'll rate this as 4 Hillarys and an Obama out of 5. So now we come down to the final score. XCOM 2, War of the Chosen is a great game if you've got a hard-on for communism. With compelling visuals, tactical gameplay, and a challenging level of difficulty, we're going to give her a George Washington, 2 Limp Bizkits, and a Richard Nixon out of 5. Our recommendation is to buy, because as the great Japanese philosopher Sun Tzu said in one of my fortune cookies, to know thyself is to know thine enemy. This is Cleese Jones, signing off. Till next time, America. Oh, that is not right. You've gone too far this time, Obama.